Hey guys, this is Mel, and I'm here to talk about Arrow, episode 416, titled Broken Hearts, which premiered Wednesday, March 23rd, 2016 on the CW. And guys, we are back after a month-long hiatus, and I'm sorry that I am a week behind in posting this. Right now it's just like the worst time for everything to be due or everything to be happening. Work has all these promotional events coming out, which requires more hours from me, and then this is the final week for me for my online course, so a whole bunch of stuff is due, so I'm kind of behind on a few things, or I try to be caught up in one thing and I fall behind in another thing. So hopefully in the next few weeks that everything will be back to the way it was before, so hang on tight for that. But thank you for tuning in today, and let's get right started with the 10-minute clock. So what is something new that we learned in this episode? So basically we see the return of Carrie Cutter, aka Cupid, and instead she is out to destroy love. Basically she's targeting all the high profile couples who end up getting married. She kidnaps them on their wedding night, and just before, she kills them just after she forces them to profess their love for one another. So the team has to deal with that. Also, we see Oliver and Felicity not only not engaged anymore, but they're not a couple anymore, and they're not living together anymore. We actually see Felicity trying to prepare her for the movers to come and take her stuff out. So because of that situation for them, we see Oliver and Felicity pretending to get married because they were one of the high-profile engagements that Carrie Cutter had her eye on. It's on their announcement was actually on her shrine of destruction that they found. So they use that to their advantage. They fake a wedding to lure her out, and they manage to capture her. All through this wedding, while Felicity is dead set on moving forward, Oliver's trying to get her to rethink the breakup and give him another chance. So there's that. Side note, on another part of the storyline, we see Damien Darhk's trial, and we see Laurel Lance taking on the district attorney role and in the courtroom fighting for Damien Darhk to be locked up. And the reason that he is locked up is because Captain Lance gives his testimony, which pretty much implicates himself in all the illegal activity that he helped Damien Darhk do. And because of the fact that he was willing to implicate himself, I mean, why would a man do that unless it was everything he was saying was true? So that is what got Damien Darhk's sentence. So what was the most shocking moment of the episode? The fact for me was that Felicity still wanted nothing to do with Oliver, in regards to being a couple, and then at the very end she tells him that she can't be on Team Arrow anymore. That is what surprised me the most. I don't know why, maybe it's because I never thought that it would come to the point where she'd actually leave the team, but it makes sense. Like, in reality, if you're trying to get over a breakup, you don't want to really be around the person who broke your heart. You want to take time yourself and mend your heart and whatnot, but it was just surprising that Felicity was acting all bubbly and all smiley face. Yeah, sure, that's Felicity, but it seemed like it was over the top when it was just her and Oliver, especially when it came to them talking about making cancellations for the wedding. I don't know, it didn't sit right, and it was kind of shocking that she'd be as upbeat as she was about it. Her snide comments or her jabs back in the Arrow cave about Cupid and her love is like a bullet diatribe, her reactions to that seemed realistic and on point. It's just when she was so upbeat, and the fact that you're going to have to cancel the venue, I'm going to have to uninvite the guests. It was like you're taking it over to the top. So that is what was shocking for me. It was just that very distinct difference in behavior, I guess you can say. I don't know. Top 3 favorite moments. For me, it has to be the wedding vows of that fake Oliver and Felicity wedding. More so Oliver's vows than Felicity, because for Oliver, he was truly talking from the heart. And if you didn't know that they were trying to take, basically, if you just watched that vow scene and you had no idea that they were using the wedding to bait Cupid to come after them, Oliver's vows would definitely convince you of the fact that that could have been his true wedding vows to her. He spoke from the heart. He drew on their history together. He really dug deep, and he tried to talk to her through those vows on giving him another chance. But even if it was on their official wedding day, I could truly see Oliver using those words as his vows for sure. So that's what I liked about it. Not so much Felicity's vows. I could have gone without those ones, but Oliver's for sure is what I like the most. Also, another favorite moment was the fact that Diggle and Thea were on Oliver's side. They wanted Oliver and Felicity to get back together, although they knew it was a tricky situation. They had to tread lightly, but they definitely did not want Oliver to give up on Felicity. So I really like that. Another favorite moment for me would have to be that Captain Lance seemed to be more incorporated into the inner workings of Team Arrow. I definitely like that he's seen in the Arrow Cave more. I definitely like he's being involved, not just with the SCPD and then he just calls upon the Green Arrow, or the Green Arrow shows up, and then that's when they work together. I really like that he's actually in the Arrow Cave and actually putting his input and being a part of the team, especially when they're reconvening after the trial and like having a team huddle type thing. I really like that he was included for sure. Top 3 peeve moments. First one has to be Felicity insisting that her and Oliver are over, that there's no chance of them getting back together, that she's already left even though he doesn't want to let her go. I didn't like that. I mean, usually I'm a Felicity fan. It's just the way she's handling this breakup. The reason why she even broke up with him to begin with, it doesn't sit right with me. I don't like it at all. And it seemed, I don't know, maybe it's just me thinking that that's not a reason she should have broken up with him at all. I really don't think him lying about William is a reason for her to break up with him, because technically Felicity has no rights over William, and Oliver, technically, he is the biological father. He hasn't earned the right to be the father. So he's still trying to earn that right to be the father. So he should have just focused on that. And then when Samantha actually granted Oliver the approval that, yes, you can be in my son's life, or yes, you can tell him that you're his father, then Oliver should worry about what Felicity say in regards to William. But I don't know, I don't want to get really into it. It's confusing. Maybe I don't have a case against why I don't like it. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. But I don't like how it sits for me. It definitely doesn't sit well for me. Another peed moment, though, is the Oliver Felicity wedding photo that was released. It was so misleading after watching this episode. So, like, during the hiatus, I believe, or shortly before the hiatus started, I saw the Oliver Felicity photo of them at the altar, Felicity standing, and it was through Tumblr, and I kept wondering, okay, where's this from? And then I saw a tweet connected to it from one of the, I think it was Mark Guggenheim from the show itself, and he's saying, like, it was, don't quote me on this, but he was saying how the photo wasn't a dream or a hallucination or any remnants of a fantasy like that. So it gave the impression that what we were seeing, Oliver and Felicity at the altar getting married, was going to be a sure reality. Okay, so with that in mind, I was all amped up for an Olicity wedding. I was ready for this. I was ready for them to finally commit to each other and have their vows. But then to have this episode and have that wedding be a fake and then have that photo be recreated, it was so misleading. I was so disappointed that the photo that was amping me up and had me thinking we were going to get an official Olicity wedding turned out to be a fake to draw the villain out. That is what pissed me off so much, because it was like, oh, that's the moment I was so amped up for. It wasn't even a real moment for them. They were broken up at this point. So it's like, what the hell? So that really angered me so much. So that's a definite peeve for sure. So another peeve is Damien Dark's smirk at the very end after he puts the ring on his finger after he smuggled it in through his mouth. That has me thinking so many things are going to go wrong now because he has that ring. Get back to it later on. So what I'll remember most when I look back on this episode, Cupid's return, as well as the fake Olicity wedding, We also see trial 1 against Damien Dark. I think we'd be lucky if we actually get the final trial of his conviction, but I doubt it. Chances are he's going to be broken out of before that day comes. So moving on to questions, random questions for you. First question, the ring that Damien Dark smuggled into his cell through his mouth, could that ring be his true power totem? Because it would make a heck of a lot more sense if something he wore was his power totem than something you put on a coffee table as your power totem. Because as we saw with Vixen, her necklace, which she always wore on her, is her source of her power. So it would make sense that that ring that Damien Dark smuggled in would be a source of his power. If that's the case, then there is purpose behind that smirk, because now he has his power back. So I'm just wondering what you guys thought about that, if I'm on the right track at all. Let me know in the comments below. Also, next question. There's the timer. Will Oliver try something else to win Felicity back, or is she truly gone from the Olicity ship? I have no clue. I hope Oliver doesn't give up. But then that could mean that Oliver doesn't give up, and yet he stays on the sidelines, as we saw in season 3, which led to Felicity getting together with Ray. So it just depends on which version of Oliver trying something else with Felicity and getting her back is the real question, I guess you can say. So moving on to predictions. Based on episode 417 of the promo, it looks like Felicity's arch nemesis from The Flash, Brie Larson, returns to Star City, and we see Donna Smoke returning as well. But based off the synopsis for the episode, it looks like Brie Larson wants the biochip implanted in Felicity that is allowing her to walk. So there's that. Also with that chip though, does that mean that once that biochip is removed from Felicity, does that mean she can't walk anymore and she's paralyzed again? Did they ever touch upon that? I can't remember, so let me know in the comments below if you do. Also, before I go into general predictions, Arrow was renewed for season 5 during the hiatus, so great news in itself. We're definitely going to get a 100th episode. I can't wait to see what they do for that milestone for sure, who they're going to bring back and such. But it's definitely exciting to see that we're going to get our 5th year for sure, which will tie up the flashback portion of the show to the Oliver we met in the pilot episode in the present day. So that'd be great. Moving on to overall predictions, like I said, we still have to worry about that flash forward we saw with Oliver and Barry visiting someone's grave, and then Felicity telling Oliver that he's going to have to kill this son of a bitch for I guess we can assume for the causing the death of the person they just buried. Timeline wise, I think it's April still. It's 6 months from the premiere, which happened in October. So it's very possible that, I'm even going to say it now, I believe the death will occur maybe in episode 418, roughly, because then we get a 2-week hiatus break in there. So that could be the funeral, the flash forward part could be at the end of 418, or it could be part of 419. Who knows, but that's where I think it's going to happen, just before that 2-week hiatus break, because then after that it's going to run through to the very end of the episode. So who do I think? I still think it's William, but at that point in the future, Oliver and Felicity aren't engaged, they aren't together from the looks of it, so there's that option. There's also Thea being an option, depending on whether or not that bloodlust issue is going to be coming back or not. Samantha Clayton could be another one, though I don't think Felicity would get that torn up about it as much as she was. Possibility could be Felicity's mom as well. So many different options. We're just going to have to wait and see who that grave is meant for. I really hope it's not Diggle. Really hope it's not Diggle, for sure. And yeah. On another part, we better learn more about what Genesis is, the Project Genesis. We're going to have to find out about how exactly, or what happened to the mayoral campaign. Did Ruve Adams become mayor by default since Oliver was forced to resign because William was taken? Hopefully we'll find out what happened with that. And that's all I could think about. So what did you guys think of the episode? Is it what you expected after a month of being away? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your own thoughts, theories, and predictions about it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. If you want more news pertaining to Arrow, check out my Tumblr page. You'll have promos, sneak peeks, web clips, quotes, GIFs, all that. Links for that will be down below. Link for this specific episode is down there, as well as the link that shows you all the Arrow related tags. That same page also shows you the Flash tags as well as the Legends of Tomorrow tags, since they are in the same universe. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. Once again, sorry for the delay. I'm hoping to fix that very soon once everything gets sorted out in my real life. But I do hope you come back again to see what I have to say about the next episode. So until then, this is Mel wishing you all a great day, great week, wherever you are. Till next time, bye for now.